Welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be a pickups video for the month of June 2022. Overall, this month was pretty decent. Nothing too crazy or mind-blowing. Just overall, just pretty decent overall, in my opinion. So, let's get started, shall we? By the way, that little hello there will make much more sense later. Yeah. First, I picked up Morbius on Blu-ray. I've not yet watched this just yet. My dad and I are gonna try to watch it tomorrow or Monday. Just depends. We were on a Stranger Thing kick for the last week and a half. We basically binge watched all of season 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like I said, within a week and a half. Then we finally finished. Then we finished season 4 yesterday. So yeah, this movie, I've heard very bad things about it, but I'm intrigued by it. I don't know much about the character. My only not connection, but the only knowledge of the character that I have is from the Spider-Man animated series back in the 90s. So don't know much about the character. So looking forward to it. The main thing that I've heard people complain about this movie is the fact that it doesn't do anything new. It doesn't push bound. It doesn't break boundaries. It doesn't do anything new. And to that I counter, well, what do you expect? We've had 10 plus years of superhero movies. There's so much they can do to stand out from the pack. But still looking forward to watching it. So as long as I can put that on, and this is with any movie. As long as I can put it on, I can turn my brain off and be entertained by it, whether that be a little or a lot, then I'll get my money's worth out of it. So, but that's just me. Next, picked up the Batman. Saw this in theaters about maybe 2 weeks, give or take, before it was pulled and put on HBO Max. Enjoyed it, pretty good. I enjoyed Robert Pattinson as Batman. He did a hell of a job. Zoe Kravitz was a pretty good Catwoman. Just overall, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Looking forward to where the sequel goes. Next, this movie I found at work for $1, and it's ironically the second movie that I ever found at work for $1 that I would be ever interested in. Because 99.9% of the time, whenever we get new movies in, it's nothing I would be even remotely interested in at all. But I found this and I was like, fuck that, I'll buy that for $1. And that is, $1.25. But Rampage. I don't know much about it. I know it's based on the game, which I have never played. All I know is that it looks basically it's basically like Godzilla. Giant monsters fighting on The Rock. Sign me up for that. That sounds very entertaining. Next, I picked up Reminiscence on 4K from the co-creator of Westworld, which I've never seen. All I know about this is that it looked very interesting, and I wanted to buy it. So I think I've heard half and half on this movie, but again, it sounded interesting and it was cheap, so bought it. Next, I picked up The Prestige, another Nolan movie to add to the collection. I haven't seen this yet, but I've wanted to see this for a long time now. All I know is that it's Batman versus Wolverine, and they're both magicians. That's as much as I know. So, looking forward to watching it. Just that basis alone. You have Batman, Christian Bale, versus Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, and they're both magicians. Sign me up for that. Next, picked up First Man, which I believe is a biopic on Neil Armstrong. Not 100% sure, but it was cheap and kind of been not me personally. My dad has been kind of in a space type mood lately. He watches a show on Apple TV called For All Mankind, which is a good kind of alternate take on history of like what would happen if the Russians beat us to the moon, things like that. So I saw this and I thought, yeah, he might like that. He might find it interesting, and I like that kind of stuff too. So I on that. And then finally, the last movie here this month, I picked up Tomb Raider, the remake or the reboot of the series. Pretty good. I finally watched this like a couple months ago. I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. Like I said, it's mainly got more in common with the 2013 game than the older ones, but still pretty good. Looking forward to the eventual sequel, which I believe should be coming out next year. I think. Not sure. I think it was supposed to come out this year, but with COVID and all that, everything kind of like got pushed. So, but yeah, we'll find out. Now on the games. First, I got one Switch game this month, and it is a limited run game, and that game is Blood Rain, Betrayal, Fresh Bites. Pretty good game. Enjoying it. I gotta hand it to WayForward. They certainly have a way with WayForward has a way with these type of games. So pretty good. Enjoying it. I would definitely recommend it. Next, I'm gonna try to start buying more of these throughout the upcoming months, because for obvious reasons. The next little stack is 3DS games. It's been a very long time since I bought any 3DS game. However, the way I figure it, with the stores shutting down soon, not soonish, but within a year, within a little under a year, I figured I want to buy the games that I'm interested in while I can, while they're not super duper expensive, because when the stores get shut down, those games will go up even more price, and I won't be able to get them digitally for cheaper because stores shut down. So strike now while the iron's hot. But yeah, so first picked up Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate. I believe this is it. I could be wrong, but I think this is a prequel to the first game. I'm not sure. But so far, I'm enjoying it. It's pretty good. 2.5D hack and slash type of game. So enjoying it. Next, I've never played a game in this franchise, which I'm hoping to change that soonish. When it came to this type of genre, I really only liked Mortal Kombat, but I figured, it's time to kind of branch out and try other types of fighting games. So I picked this up. It was $28, brand new, and that is Super Street Fighter 4 3D Edition. I've never really played much of any fighting game outside of Mortal Kombat. Like, I played Mortal Kombat and Injustice. Those are the two fighting games I've played. Granted, I don't really count Injustice because it's by the same people who did Mortal Kombat. So, but yeah, Street Fighter. Looking forward to playing it. Just something different outside of the normal Mortal Kombat. So, but yeah. Next, I finally picked up Metroid Samus Returns. I picked this up at a local place by me. It was brand new. It was $40. That's about as cheap as I was gonna get. So I figured, fuck it, buy it now. But yeah, I remember renting this from the library a few times, and I enjoyed it. And I'm almost done with Dread, so I wanted a newish 2D Metroid game to kind of fall back into. So Yoshi's New Island. I also got this at the local place. I can't remember how much it was. But yeah, it's Yoshi's New Island. It's a decent. It's new, not new. It's obviously old, new to me. It's another Yoshi, platform type game, and those are a lot of fun. So, why the hell not? It was cheap enough. Next, picked up Super Mario 3D Land. This is basically a get back that's been like years in the making. When I first got my 3DS, which I bought, my original 3DS was the Zelda edition. I bought that, and then like a little bit later, I went and I traded some stuff in. And I got this, and I don't know why at the time I just wasn't really feeling it. I don't know what it was. It just wasn't clicking with me. And finally, I think I borrowed it from a friend, or I got it from the library or something. And finally, I started. Oh yeah, this okay. This is not bad. I'm liking this game now, so I want to get it again. So, but early than never. But yeah, glad to have that back. And then finally, the last 3DS game I got here. This was like $3 at that local place, and I think I tried it before, and again, like with Super Mario 3D Land, when I first played it, it wasn't really clicking. Then finally, I got it again to try it again, and it finally clicked with me. So, Codename Steam. It's a alternate history, like tactics, third-person shooter type game. So, yeah. So, and like it was pretty cheap. If you're looking for something new to play in your 3DS, you can't go wrong with like $3. Hell, I think this is on Amazon, brand new for like 11. So, why the hell not? Next, got a couple DS games. Like I said, I'm gonna really try to focus on. I'm gonna buy other stuff too. But I'm gonna try to include at least a couple of 3DS, DS games months ahead. At least 3DS, at least. So, but yeah, I got a couple DS games. First one, I've never played this game. I've heard both good and bad. This is just it's a Zelda game that I've never played. There's only a handful of Zelda games that I've never played, so I wanted to right that wrong. And that game is Legend of Zelda: Phantom Hourglass. Down, like I said, never played it. I've heard both good and bad. So, but yeah, so I'll get to it eventually. Like I said, most of the stuff now when I buy it, it's one of those. Okay, I'll play it eventually. At least it's like I have it now, so that way when I want to play it, it's there. Kind of mentality. So, the last two DS games will lead into the final stack. I was in a particular mood this month, and I don't know what like forced me to be. I was just in a mood. Like I don't know, scratch it. I didn't know why. I was in a Star Wars mood this month, mainly because Obi-Wan was coming out, which ironically I've not watched yet. I do know certain things that have happened just because social media, but I have not watched it yet. Just been busy and just I was trying to wait till it ended and then watch it, and obviously it's over now. Just like I said, my dad and I were on that Stranger Things kick, so now that we're done with that, we can finally I can finally scratch Obi-Wan off the list. So, but yeah, I was in a bit of a Star Wars mood this month. I don't know why. Just mood. So these are what Star Wars games I got this month. First, for the DS, I picked up Star Wars: The Clone Wars Jedi Alliance. I don't know a whole lot of the Clone War about the Clone Wars video games based on the cartoon show, but I've heard very decent things about this. So, like I said, I've heard decent things about it, and it was cheap, so I wanted it. And finally, the last DS game I got, and not the last Star Wars game, but the last DS Star Wars game I got. This I've heard nothing but good things about, and I found a guy on Facebook who was selling their copy, complete, good condition, all that. I was like, fuck it, I'll buy it. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Yes, it is a movie tie-in game, but it's really good on DS. It's a good side-scrolling hack and slash type game, so I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. Now on to PlayStation. First, I picked up Star Wars Rebel Assault 2, Hidden Empire. Never played it. It was a Star Wars game that I didn't have, and it looked relatively interesting. So it was cheap too. So I bought it. Next, I never played this game, but I've heard that this version is better than the Dreamcast version. So I don't know, but again, never played it, and it was cheap enough. So Star Wars Episode 1, Jedi Power Battles. Don't know much about it. It's supposed to be a sort of sequel to Episode 1, sort of, so, but it was cheap enough, and it looked interesting, so. Next, speaking of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, I played this game to death when I was a kid. I love Star Wars. I grew up loving Star Wars. I still do. I was introduced to Star Wars with the re-releases of them back in theaters back in the 90s. Then, of course, I had the special editions that had the prequel trilogy, then, obviously, the sequel trilogy. But yeah, this game I really did enjoy for the most part. It was a lot of fun as a kid. As an adult, it might be hit or miss, but overall, I wanted it again, so. Next, this game I've heard very, 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 very bad things about. But again, it's a Star Wars mood, and I kind of wanted to play it and try it. And that game is Star Wars Masters of Teräs Käsi. Star Wars fighting game. Herp derp. Yeah. First, very bad things, but again, it's just in a mood. And then finally, the last PS1 Star Wars game I got this month. Star Wars Demolition. Basically, Star Wars version of Twisted Metal. So, why the hell not? Something different. So, next, PS4. First, I picked up for what feels like the thousandth fucking time, if I can speak, Star Wars Battlefront 2. I enjoyed the single player. Online multiplayer was okay, but I played kind of the campaign, and which I enjoyed. So, should be. Next, picked up Star Wars Battlefront Ultimate Edition. Again, I've got this for the campaign, so it was cheap. It was brand new too. So next, I had this game twice. This is my third time buying this game, and not on purpose. Well, I'm pretty sure I lost my previous copy of this in the move. I just never really noticed until now. Don't know why, but so I went and picked up again Star Wars Squadrons. So I'm not saying much on it. I enjoyed it. pretty good game. If you like Rogue Squadron, I think you'll like this. Next, I picked up. I have these two on Switch. I just wanted them on PS4. I still have them on Switch. Just want a PS4 version. Star Wars Jedi Knight Collection. Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, and Jedi Academy. Two great games. Just wanted them on PS4. This next collection here, is sort of I would consider it an upgrade. I'll explain why. Star Wars Racer and Commando combo. I did have Royal Commando by itself from the Mid-Run games. However, I missed the episode 1 Racer version they did, and I didn't want to pay $60, $70, $80 for a single game, even though it's kind of what I'm going to have to do now anyways because of next gen, but whatever. So I asked my girlfriend, hey, do you want my copy of Rebel Commando on PS4? Because I bought a copy of it for her on Switch. So she's like, yeah, sure. Why do you get rid of it? And I explained what I was doing. I was like, I don't really need 2 copies of the same game on the same system. So she was like, oh yeah, sure, that's fine. So yeah, so I got this done. And finally, we have PS2 titles. And yes, they're all Star Wars related. Can you tell I was in a Star Wars mood? First, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Again, this version, great game, great movie tie-in. I enjoyed it. It's basically a Star Wars beat 'em up with lightsabers. So, yeah. If you're looking for something sort of somewhat new to play on your PS2, you like beat 'em ups, like Star Wars, check this game out. It's a lot of fun. Next, picked up Star Wars Race for Revenge. Never played it. All I know is that it's the sort of sequel to Episode 1 Racer. And it was cheap, so I bought it. Next, of course, we have Star Wars Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront 2, Legend. You do not get much more nostalgia for Star Wars games than these two. This one more than the first one, but they're both great. So, and way better than the newer games, for sure. Next, picked up Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Pretty unique Star Wars game. It tells its own story in between episode 2 and 3, and it was pretty good in my opinion. Could have been better, but overall it was a decent little 6-7 hour game. So next, Star Wars Jedi Starfighter, if I remember correctly, sequel to this game, Star Wars Starfighter. Again, if you like the Rogue Squadron type games, you'll probably like these games. Like these two, they're pretty fun. I remember enjoying this one just a little bit more, but they're both still decent in their own right. So, but yeah, that is all my pickups for the month of June 2022. As you can see, it's kind of in a Star Wars mood, but hey, it is what it is. With that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I will see you in the future with another video. Stay tuned. I'm going to try to do a collection video either late tomorrow or Monday. Just depends on timing. So, peace.